Come with us today and discover why Copenhagen is such a great cruise port and everyone's unforgettable destination. Copenhagen lies on Denmark's eastern coastline, right across from Sweden. The two countries are connected by the Øresund Bridge, a 10-mile distance, making travel between Denmark and Sweden remarkably easy. In this episode, join us as we dive into the heart of Copenhagen, cruise its famous canals, visit the iconic Little Mermaid, and soak in the city's unique charm and laid-back lifestyle. After crossing under the bridge, we exit the Baltic Sea. Overnight, we'll sail around the island that Copenhagen is on, arriving in the morning for a 7-hour visit. Good morning, we're in Copenhagen, Denmark, and we got on the hop-on, hop-off bus as the really only option to get to town because we didn't have the local kroner, and the city bus only takes kroner. So we were kind of forced to take the hop-on, hop-off bus. As you know, it's not our first choice, but we're heading to town now, and we're going to explore Copenhagen. Yeah, they have all of the cruise ships now docked quite far out of the city in the industrial port area, which a lot of cities are doing. They're trying to relocate the cruise ships away from the cities, and I completely understand why. This is the second time actually on this whole world cruise that we were not able to get a shuttle or a paid shuttle or something to get to town, and where we had to actually buy a ticket for a hop-on bus. They have taxis, but they do not have Ubers, and the taxis are quite expensive. It would have cost the same amount to get on the hop-on bus, so that's what we did. We see sleek, modern buildings alongside classic warehouses and homes. There's a unique architectural mix here. Those long orange buildings you see were built specifically to house Danish Navy families. A no-nonsense design, just fit for military life. We really only have about 5 hours for our visit. By the time we left the ship and then coming back, and without pressing time, we'll just stick to the city center and the canals. With just over 600,000 people, Copenhagen might be considered small, but it feels much larger. Right away, we notice its spotless streets and a unique blend of historic and modern architecture. Really good first impression. Biking in Copenhagen is a way of life, and it's no surprise. This compact city's bike lanes are wide and smooth, and they're nearly on every main road. Cyclists get their own space, separated from cars by curbs or painted lines, with bike-only traffic lights at many intersections, so it's often faster to bike than take a car or a bus. It's Saturday morning, and the city is still quiet. There's not many people on the streets. We're making a full circle on the bus route to get a feel for this city's layout while catching some incredible views along the way. It's a fast and perfect intro to what Copenhagen has in store for us. Copenhagen's charm comes from its design, made for people to enjoy. With walkable streets like Stroget, one of Europe's longest shopping streets, plus countless parks and open spaces. It's a city that feels inviting from every angle. We're hopping off the bus at Congress Square. It feels like the city's heart, massive inside, surrounded by grand, impressive buildings. The Saturday Antique Market. It's packed with relics from the past. We're not looking to buy, but there's something fascinating when you're browsing through these old treasures and imagining their place in history. It's mid-August, and these gardens are spectacular. Dahlias blooming in vibrant colors everywhere. We finally made it to downtown on the hop on hop off bus. And we're basically where everybody got off. Well, we're just getting here. What'd they say? One bridge, 30,000 bicycles cross it every day when they commute to work, just across the bridge. So everybody's piling in on this boat to go on the canal ride. These colorful buildings is what everybody, is kind of the icon of Copenhagen, right?
And those boats.
Yeah. The famous Nyhavn is hard to miss in Copenhagen with this row of colorful, historic buildings along the canal. They were once homes to sailors, and now they're lively cafes and bars. A great place to grab a drink, sit by the water, and watch boats glide past. They're both modern vessels and old wooden schooners, beautifully preserved. Nyhavn truly captures Copenhagen's unique mix of the past and the present, creating an inviting, laid-back atmosphere, perfect for any time of the year. Kind of reminds us of Amsterdam, but much more colorful, especially with these boats. Every visitor to Copenhagen flocks here for a photo. Soon, it'll be shoulder-to-shoulder crowds. But luckily, we're here early to enjoy its charm. Yeah, we can only imagine at night how hopping this place is. In the distance, you see the cruise ships. Ours is there too. And there's like 5 cruise ships that we can see. I don't know how many more there are. So we booked this little small boat harbor tour. It was 30 euros per person, which isn't bad at all. And that's for 1 hour, small group. So that way we can see a little bit stuff from the water. But they look like neat little boats. Better than those giant boats with hundreds of people on them. Taking a canal boat tour is a must in Copenhagen. Look for the smaller tours to explore more deeply. These scenic canals are an active part of the city's daily rhythm, lined with charming cafes and historic boats, blending sightseeing with authentic glimpses of Copenhagen life. These canals have been around for centuries, once essential for moving goods. Copenhagen's waterfront location turned it into a shipping hub, and the canals were constructed as part of the port system, bringing supplies straight into the heart of the bustling city. Wow, it's obvious these people are living in these boats. Our guide is a U.S. student living in Copenhagen, but he really knows his stuff. He's sharing history, fun facts, and local stories. It's a relaxing, educational way to get the city's layout without trekking around on foot or on a bike. We're learning about hygge, a uniquely Danish idea centered around comfort, warmth, and life's simple pleasures. Think of it as a candlelight, a cozy coffee, or quality time with loved ones. In Copenhagen, hygge is everywhere. Cozy cafes, softly lit restaurants, capturing the city's relaxed spirit. It's woven into everyday life and is mastered by the locals. The Royal Library's unique design features large angled glass fronts, reflecting the water beautifully. It creates a stunning effect of countless dancing diamonds. Copenhagen is amazing, and having only a few hours here kind of feels like a loss. Cruise stops are often frustratingly short, especially in a city like this, packed with history, culture, and charm. We'd love time to explore its castles, savor its local food, and stroll the canals. Copenhagen's got everything for a perfect, laid-back stay. For locals, Copenhagen is more than scenic canals and famous spots. It's where they work, raise families, and live. The city strikes a great balance between modern and efficient, yet cozy and laid back. People here embrace a simple, fulfilling life, often valuing a healthy work-life balance that many visitors find inspiring. Here we're getting a glimpse at the King's Royal Boat. It's really quite rare to be in this area. The Hey Captain tour impressed us. We do recommend it. The little boat experience was awesome. It was intimate. There was only a group of 12, and there was no crowds. It was fun. We met other people and visited with them. It was social. We had drinks. It was great. I love it. I would recommend it. Don't get on those big ones. Get on that one. 30 US per person. Well worth it. Feel the same bike? No, I don't.
No, I don't like
It's different, you know?
Huh?
It's very different here.
It's different, yes. Look at the flowers.
Yeah. Different climate. Yeah, they almost look fake though, don't they?
Yeah, like Amsterdam.
Ooh, yeah.
Look at this.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, they're beautiful.
They look fake, those buildings.
What in the world? Where did all these people come from? Honestly. Wow. The square looks like it's filling up fast. Way more people now, and even more pouring in. It's mid-August, the height of tourist season, so it's no surprise the area is buzzing with activity. The busiest and most popular part of the entire city.
Oh. They have a beach? They play volleyball.
Well, they're doing a tournament, a beach volleyball tournament. Yeah. The top sites in Copenhagen include Nyhavn's vibrant canal, which we started with, and the famous Little Mermaid statue, where we're headed next. Unfortunately, Rosenborg Castle and Christiansborg Palace will have to wait for a future, longer visit. That is Stroget, one of Europe's longest pedestrian shopping streets. And here's the entrance to Tivoli Gardens, one of the world's oldest and most iconic amusement parks. In Copenhagen, biking isn't just transport, it's a daily way of life. Copenhagen deserves a week to fully enjoy biking around neighborhoods, relaxing in cozy cafes, and experience the city's mix of beauty, charm, and local life. If you book a tour from the ship, you're going to end up on a coach, basically a big bus. They're going to bring you here, and then you're going to get on this boat right here with the masses. It's a bicycle, and he's got a little cart there that opens all up, and he has a business bowl in there. He's got coffee, and it's like he can do.
Lemonade.
The kids, they grow up on those bikes, and so that they don't know anything different.
No?
It's really cool.
Oh, God.
Whoa! Can't even walk.
It's жовта кришталь.
Wow, that's bad.
So, Honda.
Kill. Whoa, look at you, can't even walk. Solid people. I don't know if you got it. We're back on the waterfront, and now we're stopping at this impressive fountain. It's featuring a powerful oxen pulling a plow. The Little Mermaid statue is one of Copenhagen's most recognized landmarks, yet she's much smaller than expected. Sitting quietly on a rock, gazing at the harbor, this 1.25 meter statue is based on Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale, which is darker than Disney's take. Despite her modest size, she captivates over 1 million visitors each year. Many Danes grew up with Andersen's stories, and the mermaid is an old friend, watching over the harbor. Sadly, she's been vandalized over the years, decapitated, painted, arms sewn off, but her resilience only adds to her mystery. She remains a timeless icon, symbolizing Copenhagen, while quietly inspiring visitors from around the world. They're all trying to take a picture from that and this circle. They're trying to take a picture of this. Wow. So long, Copenhagen. We're off, but not for long. We'll be back. Goodbye until then. Tomorrow, we'll be in Aarhus, Denmark. So come along, explore this charming Danish town with us.